The man who mocked kindness regretted it instantly. The afternoon sun was bright, and the city streets were crowded with people rushing everywhere. Cars honked, people talked loudly on their phones, and near the entrance of a large restaurant, a small flower girl stood quietly holding a basket of roses. Her dress was worn and faded, and her shoes looked 2 sizes too big. Most people walked past her without even noticing, but not everyone. Across the street, Jolly, a hard-working mechanic with oil stains on his hands and a warm smile on his face, had just finished fixing a customer's car. As he wiped his hands with a rag, he noticed the little girl standing alone. Just then, a shiny black luxury car pulled up to the restaurant entrance. Out stepped Victor, a sharply dressed businessman wearing an expensive suit and sunglasses. Victor looked impatient. He checked his watch. "Where is my assistant?" he muttered. Then he noticed the little flower girl standing near the door. "Move away!" Victor snapped. "You're blocking the entrance." The little girl quickly stepped back, lowering her head. Victor glanced at her basket and scoffed. "Selling flowers here? Nobody wants those." At that moment, Jolly walked over. He knelt beside the girl and gently picked up one of the roses. "How much for this one?" he asked. The girl hesitated. "Just $1, she said softly. Jolly smiled. "I'll take 5. Victor laughed loudly. "You're wasting money," he said. "That kid probably makes more money begging than you do working." Jolly didn't react. Instead, he handed the girl the money and said kindly, "Hard work is never something to be ashamed of." The girl smiled for the first time that day. Victor shook his head in disbelief. "You people will never succeed," he said. "I'm about to sign a $10 million contract inside that restaurant." He straightened his jacket proudly. "Real success looks like this." And with that, Victor walked into the restaurant. A few minutes later, Jolly noticed something strange. Across the street, 2 younger children were watching the flower girl nervously. They looked hungry and tired. Jolly walked over to them. "Are you her friends?" he asked. The children shook their heads. "She's our sister," one of them said quietly. Jolly opened his lunchbox. He divided his sandwich and gave them half. The children began eating quickly. Jolly smiled. "Slow down," he said gently. "You'll choke." From inside a parked car nearby, someone had been watching the entire scene. A man in a suit sat quietly behind tinted windows. He said nothing, but he saw everything. Inside the restaurant, Victor entered a private meeting room. A long table filled the center of the room. At the head of the table sat Mr. Edward Lawson, one of the most powerful CEOs in the city. Victor confidently walked forward. "Mr. Lawson," he said proudly, "I'm ready to present the proposal that will double your company's profits." But before Victor could start, the CEO asked a strange question. "Tell me something," Lawson said calmly. "How do you treat people who cannot help your success?" Victor laughed. "Well, those people are irrelevant." Lawson raised an eyebrow. "Interesting answer." Just then, one of Lawson's assistants leaned over and whispered something in his ear. Lawson nodded slowly. "Please continue," he said. Outside, the little flower girl suddenly looked nervous. A black SUV pulled up beside the street. Several security guards stepped out. Jolly immediately stood up, worried. But instead of approaching Jolly, the guards walked toward the children. They spoke gently to them. "Your father is here." "Dad?" The SUV door opened, and stepping out was CEO Edward Lawson, the same man Victor was meeting inside. The children ran toward him. "Dad!" Lawson hugged them tightly. Then he looked at the flower girl. "I'm sorry I was late," he said softly. "I wanted to see something first." He turned toward Jolly, and I saw everything. Inside the restaurant, Victor had just finished his presentation. "And that," he said proudly, "is why you should partner with me." The door opened. Mr. Lawson walked back in, but this time Jolly was standing beside him. Victor looked confused. "What's this?" Victor asked. "Before we discuss business," he said calmly, "I want to talk about character." Victor frowned. Lawson continued. "The children outside are mine." Victor's face turned pale. "I asked them to sell flowers today," Lawson explained. "I wanted to see how people treat those who appear powerless." He pointed toward Jolly. "This man shared his food." He spoke with respect. He showed kindness without expecting anything in return. Then Lawson looked at Victor. "And you mocked them," Victor tried to explain. "You don't understand." Lawson raised his hand. "No, I understand perfectly." The room went silent. "Business skills can be learned," Lawson said, "but character cannot be faked." He turned toward his assistant. "Cancel Mr. Victor's proposal." Victor's mouth dropped open. "But the deal—" "It's over." Lawson shook Jolly's hand. "I believe people like you build stronger companies." Victor could only watch in shock as the opportunity he had chased for years disappeared, all because of a moment of arrogance. Outside the restaurant, the flower girl gave Jolly one last rose. "This one is free," she said. Jolly laughed. "No," he replied. "Kindness should always be paid forward. Sometimes the biggest opportunities in life appear in the smallest moments of kindness. Like this video, if you believe kindness is more valuable than money,